Good morning, everyone. Rick Dickard in Sky Fox.
All right, Rick. We'll get back to Rick Quintero a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Amanda Knox is expected to land in her hometown Seattle later on this afternoon. She was released, of course, from prison yesterday after an Italian court overturned her murder conviction.
So, of course, Knox spent 4 years behind bars. What can she expect as she tries to reclaim her life? And to answer that question, we are joined by Wendy Feldman. She is the founder of Custodial Coaching, which helps folks transition back to society after time behind bars.
Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome. And we were just talking again how this is a very different situation. Casey Anthony, we were talking about that case in Florida, but Amanda Knox is very beloved, right? It seems
she
like
is in the United States.
She's going to have a different kind of re-entry.
She will have a different reception than, let's say, Casey Anthony, for a lot of different reasons. Amanda Knox, her family, people like them where they didn't like the Anthonys. So her transition will be very different, but yet the same. Everybody coming back is the same struggle.
Yeah, that's not to say that it will be an easy transition. Right. And not only is she coming out of prison, but she's coming out of 4 years of prison in another country.
Right, and with a high-profile case on a very ugly murder, and she didn't know if she was ever going to come out of prison, so she's got a lot of stress that she's going to have to go through, as do a lot of people.
And what do you do? What do you do? How do you help people like her transition back into society?
Well, especially in her situation, too. You know they're all clamoring for the first interview. Right. She's a big get.
She's a huge get. Casey Anthony thought that she was, but Amanda Knox is. It depends upon her advisors, Amanda Knox's advisors. If I was advising her, I would tell her, take your time. And the one thing I would tell her to do is get professional help, mental health treatment for herself, for her family, and whatever she's going to need to do to transition back slowly.
And how important is it that she does have that familial support?
Transitioning back to society, reentry, is two key components: family support and community ties.
And she has that.
She has them. You know, her family has stood by her. Seattle's welcoming her back, and so that she's going to have a lot of advantages, but she's got to get the help.
Okay, so back to the interviews, though. I mean, she is going to be a big get. Money's going to be thrown her way. What kind of money?
I don't know. I mean, we heard 7 figures for Casey Anthony. I would expect more, because you could have a book deal, you could have a TV deal, you could have a movie deal. But again, I think she'll take her time, and I don't think her family's in any rush for that.
And we should be very clear that obviously money is good and money helps, but money does not solve all your problems.
Money can make them worse if you take it too quickly and you rush the whole process. It's a process coming back to society. For Amanda Knox, remember, like you said, she was in a foreign prison. So it's going to be an even tougher process and high-profile case. So take her time, and the money should come later.
John, I was just going to ask you, too, about those folks who were in Iran jailed for spying. Yeah. Is that a situation that you would help out with as well?
Not really, because in that case, the Iranian people chose to be in that situation, the hikers. Right. They chose to be in that situation. That there wasn't technically a crime, or the crime was a political one. Okay. Not my expertise.
All right, Wendy, thanks so much for joining us and providing some insight. We really appreciate it.
Wendy Feldman with Custodial Coaching.
6:18 right now. Maria.